Hello, YouTube. It's K2 Karam again, and we got another kitchen table passport. This one is for October.
Alright, so we had, when we were still getting the raw spice bar box, we had a Jamaican dish. It was jerk fish, I think. We tried it, and we decided that we don't like jerk stuff because it tried to kill us. It's very, very, very hot. And Chris is Mexican, he likes hot stuff, and I thought I was gonna die. I liked it more than he did. He scraped his off. I ate it. But we had some mango salsa that made it a little bit easier. Really? You can get that in the store, can't you? But our recipe for this box is for Jamaican jerk chicken. So, not sure if we're gonna use the spices. We might just use a little bit of spice. Or we might not use it at all. I don't know. But the dish is jerk chicken with beans and rice. Looks like red beans, rice. Jerk chicken history. Jerk refers to the way that the meat, usually chicken or pork, but could be goat, fish, vegetables, or fruit, is cooked. The essentials are the meat is marinated in a paste containing allspice and Scotch bonnet peppers at a minimum. Usually more ingredients are added. After marinating, the meat is then slowly smoked over pimento wood. We've taken some liberties with the cooking method to make it easier, but please feel free to grill the chicken or smoke it for a more authentic flavor. So, it's kind of cool. I didn't know that. I guess they just like things spicy, but our mementos are hot sauce. Hot pepper sauces, as they are known, they are a big part of Caribbean cuisine. The hottest ones feature Scotch bonnet peppers, closely related to habanero, with a similar level of heat but with sweeter flavor. Go easy on the hot sauce. It's not like ketchup. Pretty sure that we can get this in Kroger and Walmart, but regardless, we have a bottle of hot sauce. And we also have a whole Jamaican nutmeg. It looks really cool. The actual nutmeg is the seed inside the hard shell casing, and the reddish yellow lacing on the outside of the shell, called the aril, can be dried to make mace. Nutmeg is used for flavoring many dishes, as in the Caribbean is often used to sprinkle on top of drinks. Dried mace is used in lighter dishes for the color it imparts. So that's interesting. It looks really cool, though. I like it. It smells like a nut. So, Jamaican nutmeg, the actual nutmeg inside the hard shell, grated and used to flavor meat, sauces, and baked goods. In Jamaica, it's also a popular addition to juice drinks as cucumber or carrot juice. Jamaican hot pepper sauce. Key ingredient in hot pepper sauce is the use of Scotch bonnet peppers to give a spicy, hot taste and sweet flavor. So that's that. So actually, you didn't have to do anything for the C'est La Vie mix CD, which is awesome. So the September box that we just read had stuff from Hong Kong, and there's a really awesome place called C'est La Vie. It's a nightclub, and they said that if you did something that they would give you the mix CD, but they gave it to us anyway. So, kind of awesome. I'm excited about that. Pretty neat. View from C'est La Vie, Singapore. Oh, okay, so you can see. This is what you can see if you're in C'est La Vie outside. It's the skyline and the, I don't know, whatever harbor, whatever that is. Looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's really nice. So, if we had a way to play the CD over what we're doing right now, yep. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 songs on here. It's kind of awesome. I mean, that's like a, $15 value, right? Anyway. Jerk chicken. Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't say anything extra. Discovery cards. My favorite part. Ooh, these are colorful. Got the flag on them. So, fun words: criminal, cool tough guy, bad luck, and child, or pick me. It's just got a butterfly on it. I don't know. Random fun facts. James Bond, the British writer who created the character, wrote 10 of the novels from a dream home in Jamaica named Goldeneye. Interesting. There are more than 1,600 churches, largest per capita and growing. The giant swallowtail is the second largest butterfly species in the world and is native to Jamaica. It has a wingspan of up to 6 inches. That is a pretty big butterfly. The flag has no red, white, or blue, which is very rare. Look for another one. Smiley face. Milk River Bath is among the most radioactive mineral spas in the world. Okay. Manchester Golf Club is the oldest course in the Western Hemisphere. Many Jamaicans do not know how to swim. Yeah. The Taino's natives influenced the English language with words including barbecue, hammock, tobacco, sweet potato, and hurricane. Interesting. We got Money Star Spinning Big $1,000, and it looks like what's it called?
Bobsledding.
Olympics. The world's fastest man. I don't know how to say his name. Usain Bolt is from Jamaica. He says he ate 100 McDonald's chicken nuggets a day during the 2008 Beijing Olympics. That's a lot. Jamaica is in the top 10 in the world of average total medals and average gold medals per capita. The U.S. does not make up the top 10, and number 1 in both is East Germany, which of course doesn't exist currently. Jamaica was the first tropical country to join the Winter Olympics with their bobsledding team, even though it never snows there. The movie Cool Runnings was based on this. Achievements. Harry Belafonte, famous for the banana boat song Day-O, spent years of his childhood in Jamaica. He was born to immigrant parents in New York. Jamaica had running water before many of the world's major cities did. The third place in the Americas with a railway was Jamaica. It served Kingston and Spaintown. The phone system was early and so well developed that it said that the major U.S. provider copied the implementation. Interesting. We got street vendors, cake, goat meat, and eat. So, your little vendors. Food. The national dish is ackee and saltfish, dried salted cod. Ackee is a local fruit now, but it came from Africa originally. It also is poisonous if eaten before it is ripe. Yeah, that sounds like a fruit I would never, ever, ever eat. Rum is considered the national drink and is surreal in a traditional Christmas drink made from rum, sorrel, cinnamon, cloves, sugar, and orange peel. Cow skin soup is something different. That's all it has to say about that. Custard apples aren't really like an apple. The texture is different and has flavor that some don't like. So these apples are like green with like, you see that right there at the bottom? That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Gunjo or white pigeon peas are traditional at Christmas versus red peas, kidney beans, and rice the rest of the year. White land crabs are found in sewers and ditches and get fed for days so that they will taste good. Manish water is soup made from various parts of the goat. Plantains look like bananas but have the texture of potato when they aren't ripe, and they are always cooked. They are sweetest when the peel is black. Goat curry and oxtail meat are popular dishes. Okay. Then we got family and home. Mother, brother, home, sisters. So you got a nice little home. Family traditions. Mother and grandmothers often head to the family unit. Social support, whether immediate family or not, is a large part of the family concept. Funeral traditions are important, including the setup with family and friends for each day until the burial. The spirit of the deceased, the dupee, needs proper respect. Food can play a large part in the wake, and if the wake is large and in a rural area, food vendors may set up stalls. An open Bible, usually open to the Psalm, may be placed at a baby's crib to ward off evil. Why do families have 9-day wakes? It was believed that it took 9 days for a person's spirit to travel home to Africa. What is the baby's tree? A tradition is to bury the umbilical cord after a baby's birth and then plant a tree. Why would you wash your face with rice water? Tradition says you may see dupies or spirits. When would you serve dark rum fruit cake? A wedding or for Christmas? It is the main celebration cake, and pieces are sent to people who couldn't attend. Fruits are soaked in rum for weeks. Jeesh. Peasant, slum, storyteller, gold chain. You got a pirate flag. History. The Maroon community was formed when the English took over Jamaica. The former slaves of the Spaniards fled and formed their own independent groups. Maroons still exist today, and while some live in separate communities, they are full of Jamaican citizens. Pirates are a large part of Jamaican history. Port Royal was called the wickedest city on earth. It's said that one in every 4 buildings was a bar or a brothel. Slavery was abolished in 1934, and Jamaica gained full independence in 1962. Was Jamaica Spanish or English before the independence? Both at different times. It was originally Spanish, and then England took control in 1655. Who discovered Jamaica? The Taino natives who already lived there didn't have to discover it, but Christopher Columbus is credited with discovering Jamaica. In 1494, during his second trip to the Americas, he spent a whole year in St. Anne's Bay in 1503 when he had to stop because worms were eating the ship and it needed repairs. Worms. How big was the slave trade in Jamaica? It's estimated that it was more than 2 times the slave trade to the U.S. Wow. What happened to the native Jamaican population? The natives died off from a combination of factors quickly after being enslaved by the Spaniards, and African slaves became a large portion of the population. Interesting. Probably brought disease, like we had issues here. Influences. Reggae, music, flashy, expensive, and DJ. So, this guy, I don't know. He's probably DJing. He's got some drums in front of him, those little nice ones. Jamaican music is famous around the world and is a combination of African rhythms and European melodies. Reggae music is from Jamaica, and Bob Marley was the most famous musician. Reggae is so popular globally that there have been talks of creating an authentic Jamaican reggae certification mark. It's kind of cool. They have a Bob Marley statue somewhere. It's in this picture. It's kind of neat. Minto is the traditional secular music which was very popular until the mid-20th century. Marcus Garvey, one of the most influential black civil rights activists in the world, was from Jamaica. Interesting. What does Get Up, Stand Up refer to? Besides being the title of Bob Marley's song, it was called to oppose apartheid in South Africa. Where did hip-hop start? Jamaican-born DJ Kool Herc is credited with starting hip-hop music in New York City. Which country was first to declare a trade embargo against South Africa during apartheid? You guessed it, Jamaica. What is ska? It is Jamaican style of music, fast, energetic, upbeat, came from a combination of influences. Ska is very interesting. If it's done right, it's really awesome. Good. Police, government, prayers, and marijuana is part of their culture. So you got your little guy. Most Jamaicans are Christian, and the religious traditions are important in the culture. Obey is a belief system similar to voodoo that is officially outlawed but practiced by some. Jumbies are spirits or souls said to inhabit households. Jamaica is the birthplace of Rastafari, but less than 1% of Jamaicans are Rastafarian. Unfortunately, the cities have high levels of crime, but rural areas and resorts are largely safe. Interesting. How do Jamaicans treat a sickness? Illness is often believed to be caused by spiritual forces. Traditionally, herbal medicines and holistic treatments are used first. Is marijuana legal? It wasn't until early 2015, and since then only it is for medical purposes and personal growing. Possession of small amounts now results in a fine versus a criminal record. Why would you pour rum on the ground? A superstition says that it is not safe to break ground on a new building unless white rum has been poured first as an offering to the spirits. What does partner mean? Having a group of partners is a method of saving money without using a banking system. It's collective savings. Interesting. Location, Jamaica, here, there, Jamaican rain, so map-ish. Jamaica is approximately 90 miles south of Cuba in the Caribbean Sea and was formed from volcanic activity years ago. Interesting. So they're living on volcanic ash, I guess. Cockpit country is an important maroon community, descendants of former Spanish slaves, and is very hilly and dense. Pimento, or allspice, is native to Jamaica and is a main export. Interesting. The northeastern part of Jamaica is said to be one of the wettest places on Earth. Seattle isn't even close. What is the average temperature? Approximately 80 degrees Fahrenheit, warm and humid all year. What U.S. state is closest to Jamaica in square miles? Jamaica is slightly smaller than Connecticut. Interesting. What animals would you expect to encounter? Not many snakes. The mongoose was imported and killed most of them off. There also aren't many indigenous wild mammals, but you can see some amazing butterflies. Who drinks the most Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee? more than 80% of it's exported to Japan. Interesting. Chill out, food, leave, sunglasses. So visiting. So there's a beach. Pretty. In addition to the famous beaches, Jamaica has also more than 1,000 caves, and you can take guided tours of some of them. Several mineral springs are available to the public. More than 200 species of orchids grow wild. Ooh. And 30% of them are unique to Jamaica. I love orchids. That should be awesome. Dunn's River Falls is popular to visit with 600 feet of terraced waterfalls. More than 500 species of ferns are there. Some are small and hardly visible. Jamaica was the first Caribbean nation to launch a website, and it was www.jamaicatravel.com. Well, Jamaica jumped on that ship real quick. Tourism is a large part of the economy, and more than 1 million people visit every year from all over the world. Many taxis charge by a fare between destinations, negotiate or check to be sure a meter is running before your trip starts. So they're trying to gyp you. Resorts in Montego Bay, Negril, and Ocho Rios are popular destinations, but there's much more to see and do outside the resorts. Just be careful. Local words: hello, hail up, goodbye, me gone, good morning, good morning, how are you, how you stay. So, some more pretty stuff. Jamaica. Out of many, one people is the national motto. When the Spanish invaded in 1494, the native language for the land of wood and water was written in Jamaica, maybe? I don't know. Queen Elizabeth II is the head of the state, although Jamaica has independence and is still part of the Commonwealth. The official language is English, but there are unique dialects that are spoken. 2.9 million people live in Jamaica, approximately 55% in urban areas. 580,000 live in the capital, Kingston. 92% of Jamaicans identify as black, and many Jamaicans live in the US, UK, and Canada. Some estimate to have many Jamaicans living elsewhere who live in Jamaica. I know we have a bunch of them down here in Macon. They go to school at Mercer. They like to come over here and take the medical opportunities and whatever, but Jamaicans are some of the coolest people I've ever met. So, anywho, that's all for this box.
Cool. And like, comment, and subscribe. All that good stuff.
Yep.
And we'll see you soon with another box.
Yep. Bye.